I've been shopping and I've actually picked up quite a bit of wax fabrics. Let's talk about it. I'm Mari with Mari Sews, and thanks for hanging with me, you all. So today has been a bit of a doozy, but you know what makes it all better? Playing with fabric. So I wanted to show you some of the different Ankaras that I've picked up, and I recently purchased all of these. I'm going to share some details with you about where I got them from, some things to keep in mind when you're shopping for them, and share some fun little tidbits. Also, towards the end, I'm going to tell you guys all about this fabric excursion, this like little trip that I took here in Maryland to a local place that had lots and lots of fabric. It was amazing. Okay, so let's start with House of Mami Wata. So I've ordered from House of Mami Wata before, and I think they're located out in Georgia. By the way, the links to all of these places are going to be in the description box below, including links to fabrics if I find them. So House of Mami Wata, she has a beautiful website. You can look at all of her fabrics, great pictures, great descriptions. I picked up this one, which she called a decollete, in the green, purple, black, and white. I just thought this was so beautiful. And actually, because the design is kind of a smaller scale than other Ankaras, I was thinking this would make a beautiful suit set. I have to pick up a couple more yards. So y'all, if you guys like this fabric, please leave me a couple yards. So a little bit about these fabrics in general. These are not 60 wide yard fabrics. They tend to be in the 42 to 46 inch range, and a good quality Ankara, I understand, is 100% cotton. Sometimes when you get these fabrics, it could have a bit of a waxy feel on it because that's how the designs are made. But that actually washes off. And I believe that Juliet Uzor had mentioned that you can add a little bit of salt into your washing machine and it'll get it right on off. In general, these designs tend to be pretty double-sided. I mean, there is a right side and a wrong side. So for example, if you look here, this is my right side. And this is the wrong side. So you can see the wrong side shows some imperfections, but it's still very beautiful. So if you're making like high-low garments or things with like a nice peplum where you might see the bottom, this is really good for it. I also picked up this fabric from her, which I am absolutely loving. It's giving me all of those tropical vibes. Oh, I love it. So this fabric, I got 3 yards of it, and it's called the Assyria Palm from House of Mami Wata. I actually looked up what the Assyria Palm was because I wasn't familiar with it to see if I can get a good idea of the tree. Turns out it's actually the tree of life, which I just thought was really fun. You know, like tree of life design. Both of these fabrics are actually priced the same. They're $7.52 a yard or $38 for a 6-yard bundle. So you do get a better price when you buy the 6 yards. In case you didn't know, if you subscribe to Sewn Magazine, there's actually a little code in there for you to use in your next purchase with them. So if you have the magazine, make sure you use that code. I actually discovered that after I placed my fabric, and I was a little sad, but it's okay. This next fabric I got from Wax Print Laces and More. I saw this online and I just absolutely loved it. It's a peacock feather design. Some people call it a teardrop design. And this one is on a white background with a hot pink and the purple. And actually, Wax Prints and Laces was one of the recommendations that you all had given me. So thank you for that. I did find that when I went online, like their pictures seemed to be a little blurry, a little fuzzy. So in the description, they had actually mentioned, oh, it looks much better in person than, you know, in the picture. And they weren't lying. I got this fabric and I was like, oh, that is so nice. This fabric was actually one of their discounted fabrics, so I bought the 6 yards for $26 total. and I am looking forward to cutting into it. For the peacock feathers, I'm actually thinking a really big voluminous skirt would be beautiful in that. Okay, so now let's talk about the whopper of them all. I went on a shopping trip to African Eleganza Fashions with a couple of my girlfriends, and I was not prepared for what I saw. Not in the least. I mean, I should have walked in there with a plan because you all, let me just put a little video of like one of the aisles here for you. You all, look at these selections. Oh man, I did not come in here with a plan. But if you are looking for some Ankara, look at this. Do you see all of those fabrics? I mean, this place had, I think, 4, maybe 5 different rows that you can walk down. 2 of them had all of the Ankara, kente cloth, mud cloth, all of these like different wax prints and stuff just jam-packed in there. And then there were another 2 rows at least of laces and shoes and matching purses. I mean, I was in heaven. And let me tell you, the owner, Winnie, was amazing. Of course, she offered to help us shop. We were like, we've got this. She was also able to tell us about some of the designs and which tribes they belonged to. She told us about why she combined some of the designs that she did. And then we got to help her pick some of the color variations for some new fabric that she's designing. Let me show you what I got from her though. So I picked up 2 fabrics from her. And you all, look, we had 2 more stops planned after African Eleganza. So, you know, in my head, I was like, Madi, rein it in. Save some dollars for the next 2 places, right? But then the next 2 places ended up not having that much. So I'm gonna have to go back to her eventually. But I picked up these 2. First, I got this one, which is a wax print. And it's got a bit of a mud cloth design to it. But with some modern colors, which I really love. I love that pop of teal in there. I grabbed these in particular because I like the brown and I felt like the brown made it a little more neutral. So I'm thinking a really nice pair of pants out of this. I think that would just be so beautiful. So I only got 3 yards of this. By the way, I think if you shop her online, she only sells in 6-yard bundles, but if you go there in person, she'll break them up for you. But you may want to call her. She you know, Winnie's a really cool person. She might do something for you. Don't quote me on that though. So I picked this up for $5.99 a yard. And then I decided to get this purple one. Oh my gosh. Wow, that sticker's really on there. Do you see this? Look at how beautiful that design is. It's got like a double border. It all kind of converges here in the middle. Oh my gosh. And it's purple. This fabric is just so beautiful. She actually had it in this purple and a red, and I almost picked up both. I did get the 6-yard bundle of this one just because like I can see a jumpsuit. I can see a beautiful dress. I can see a matching pant and shirt set. I can see just so much from this. You know, I actually had another purple that coordinated with it and I put it back, and now I'm kind of wishing that I didn't. She's in Maryland. She has so much fabric. She's always going to have fabric. She's going to have fabric forever. I hope. I'm just going to have to go back someday. If you do plan on visiting Winnie at African Eleganza, like at her actual physical location, you won't be disappointed. Let me tell you, there is nothing like actually seeing all these fabrics and touching them, putting them in your hands, coordinating them with each other. Oh my gosh. It was the experience. I felt like I was at Disneyland. She does keep her door locked though. So if you do go to the Ritz photo camera building where she's located and you're like, is anyone there? Is it open? Just knock real hard, make a whole lot of noise, yell, scream. Trust me. Get her attention because she'll come over and unlock that door for you. And you too will be in fabric heaven. So these are all of the fabrics that I've recently picked up for the upcoming Ankara Appreciation Week. And I'm really excited to get them washed up and sew them up. And you all, if you're interested in knowing what exactly I'm going to be making, I don't know. But we're going to walk through it on Friday and we're going to figure it all out because the girl's going to get busy this weekend. If you like looking at all of this beautiful Ankara fabric, check out this video over here where I show you my very first Ankara fabric make. And until Friday, I sincerely hope that you find joy and have a wonderful day.